at this university to do, and all the universities that you attend, why you're there. And part of the reason you're there is so that you can join with other people like you in these rooms like this and think about how you're going to change the world. You're preparing to change the world by being here, by being in these schools with some of the best professors in the world, some of the best learning and research and commitment to education in the world. Your job after you leave here is not just to figure out how to get rich and, you know, start the next big startup that's gonna, you know, make you a billionaire, but part of it is to help you think about how you can change the world and make a positive impact on the world. And I'm fortunate that I found music and music found me, because that was my gateway into doing all the things that I'm doing right now. I'm very blessed to come from a musical family, but also a family that taught me to give back. A family that taught me that to whom much is given, much is required, and that whatever blessing I receive, whatever success I receive, it's my obligation. It's not just a nice thing to do, but it's my obligation to spread that blessing to other people. And that's why I'm here today. Like I said in the video that preceded our talk today, I wrote that song, Show Me, as a prayer, kind of complaining. I was complaining in the prayer, like, what's going on with the world, and God, why are you letting this happen? Basically is what the prayer is about in a lot of ways. And part of my growth with the song was telling myself, John, why are you letting this happen? And then I turned that question to anybody who's listening, why are you letting it happen? And what it made me think about was the fact that we all have a role to play in making the world a better place. And Professor Sachs just laid out some big issues that require big solutions, and a lot of it will involve governments and intergovernmental agencies and huge movements. But those movements really do start with individuals joining into smaller groups that join into larger groups that clamor for change. And what's so exciting about this election season, what's so exciting about our political process, is that we really do, if we choose to use it, we have a major say in what's going to happen in the world. And I've seen a lot that's been going on in the election season right now. And what excites me the most is that, as Professor Sachs said before, that you all are starting to take control of our nation's future. You're voting, you're organizing, you're networking to make a huge change in this country and in the world, because you realize, more than any other voter, I think, you all realize that we have to vote for the future and not just for the present. And what we've had in our leadership before has been a lack of leadership, a lack of vision, a lack of anticipation and preparation for the future problems and the current problems we have even, but especially the future has been lacking. And it's time that young people become the voice in the electorate that clamors for change, that focuses on the future. And that's why we're here today, is to encourage you, to inspire you. And in some ways we're preaching to the choir because you're already doing it, but we're here to be your cheerleaders and give you more information and more inspiration that you need to make those changes happen. It's interesting because I've been writing songs for my new album, which will be out in September, I believe. And as you go through the writing process, a lot of things, you know, on your mind. And one of the things I was thinking about was, you know, as I was working on the album, I started back in November of last year. And one of the thoughts going through my mind when I was thinking about songs that kind of addressed where we were politically and socially at the time, I was a little bit pessimistic because I felt like all the news that my generation was reading was about Britney or Paris or, you know, whose crotch was seen, you know, last time, you know, on the internet. And I was getting kind of disconcerted by all that and thinking, man, we are truly messed up if this is the stuff that we're reading all the time and if this is the stuff we care about. And I started writing this song that was basically about how apathetic we were and about how misinformed or underinformed or how we were choosing to ignore the real problems of the world and focusing on trivial things, partly because we didn't want to focus on the real problems because they seemed too daunting. I'm going to sing a little piece of that song. It's called These Days. Sitting in my easy chair, 'cause I know it's easy there. Feet up and my mind on hold. I don't want reality, so I watch it on TV or turn it up on my radio. Living with the pressure, living in these times. I need a little bit of pleasure, just to ease my mind. These are the days when we cling to survival. These are the moments we live with our eyes closed. Maybe I don't wanna know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't wanna know. We don't want to read the news. We don't want to be confused. We don't know what we're fighting for. Soldiers die without a name, just like on the video game. When they go, we're just keeping score. Living with the pressure, living in these times. I need a little bit of pleasure, just to ease my mind. These are the days when we cling to survival.